Welcome to YOYO Times. A cabinet meeting chaired by Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot last night discussed the 6 points raised by Governor Kalraj Mishra for calling an assembly session, sources said. The meeting was held at the Chief Minister's residence, which lasted for nearly 2.5 hours. Discussions over the points given by the governor with regards to calling the assembly sessions were held in the meeting. The sources said the governor had earlier sought a reply on the 6 points from the state government, including about the reason to call a session of the assembly for a floor test. The cabinet note to the governor is likely to be forwarded on Saturday, the sources said. The Ashok Gehlot-led Congress government, which is facing a political crisis after rebellion by 19 dissident Congress MLAs, including rebel party leader Sachin, wants to hold the assembly session to prove the majority. Earlier in the day, the chief minister had said that the letter was forwarded to the governor on Thursday for calling the session, but he did not take any decision. After Congress MLAs loyal to Gehlot on Friday held a 5-hour sit-in at the Raj Bhavan to press for an assembly session, the governor assured that he will go by the constitutional provisions on summoning an assembly session. Later, a statement from the Raj Bhavan said the governor has sought a clarification on the 6 points. Yesterday, Congress MLAs in the Ashok Gehlot camp on Friday ended a 5-hour dharna at the Raj Bhavan after the assurance from the governor that he will go by the constitutional provisions on summoning an assembly session. Legal experts earlier said the governor has no option but to accept the recommendation of the Gehlot cabinet and convene the assembly session. Outside the Raj Bhavan, AICC spokesperson Sujiwala said the governor has given a note to Gehlot seeking clarifications. He said these points will be taken care of at a cabinet meeting that was called by Gehlot on Friday night. The governor informed that he will abide by the constitution and will take a decision without being under any pressure, Sujiwala said. He said that after the cabinet gives the clarification to the queries, the governor will be duty bound to abide by Article 174. We believe in the assurance given by the governor. Later, a statement from the Raj Bhavan said Governor Mishra, in a 6-point questionnaire, has asked the government to respond as to why the assembly session is being called. When the government has a majority, what is the justification for convening the session to prove it then? He posted. The governor also said that neither justification nor any agenda has been proposed to call the session on a short notice. The date from which the assembly session is to be convened is not mentioned in the cabinet note and no approval has been given by the cabinet, the Raj Bhavan said in the statement. Earlier in the day, Gehlot said despite a letter, the governor has not called the assembly session and alleged that he was under pressure from the higher-ups. Gehlot, along with the MLAs, went to the Raj Bhavan in the afternoon, complaining that the governor was sitting on a letter that the cabinet had sent seeking an assembly session on Monday. Gehlot held discussions with Mishra separately, while the MLAs began a dharna in the lawn and asserted that he will be called off only when the date for beginning the session is announced. After nearly 5 hours, the dharna ended and the MLAs returned to the hotel. Meanwhile, the BJP sought to corner Gehlot for his public may surround the Raj Bhavan remarks, saying he himself has violated provisions of the Disaster Management Act and the Indian Penal Code. By his statement, leader of opposition Gulab Chand Kataria said the centre should deploy CRPF in the state of handle law and order instead of trusting the state police.